Thank you so much for joining in with us. And welcome, everybody. Welcome. Namaste. So please, if I could invite you to come to a seated position. You can sit cross-legged or any other form of seated meditation position. You can bring your hands onto your knees or into your lap. You can sit up nice and tall. Relax our shoulders. Reach the crown up towards the sky as you ground deeply through your sits bones. And in this meditative asana, I invite you to take a moment and just simply quiet down, slow down from the busyness of your worldly life, and to follow your breath, and simply relax into this moment. The gift of the present moment. Feel the experience of being aware within this present moment. And for the next 50 or so minutes, everybody, maybe we can all collectively hold an intention. Everything that we do in practice, all of the different movements and shapes and exercises and twists and turns, everything we do, we have this intention to promote balance and harmony and well-being within ourselves. Let's please bring our hands to the prayer position. Your hands at your heart. Please let's chant 3 sounds of Om together. Deep full breath in. Om. Two more just like that. Deep full inhale. And last one, full breath in. And we've set a collective intention together. If there's any personal intentions that you'd like to voice to yourself, please do so. And in the spirit of honoring ourselves and proactively participating in our own well-being through our yoga practice, take a breath in through the nose. We simply say Namaste, Namaste. All right, everybody, let us please just blink our eyes open and release our hands down. And just going to make our way to a all fours position, please. Once you get to all fours position, spread your fingers wide. Set your knees underneath your hips, your feet underneath your knees. And we'll start with the cow and cat stretch. Very simple way to start to connect movement and breath together. So as we breathe in, we lift our heart, we open our chest, belly, throat. And then as we exhale, we're going to drop our tail, tuck our chin, press our palms, and stretch through the spine. Again, belly drops. Inhale, sitting bones tilt up. Chest lifts, chin lifts. Exhale, curl into yourself. Look through your legs. Press your palms. Tuck your chin. Let's do one last one. Inhale. Belly drops. Tailbone rises. Chest lifts. Throat opens. Exhale. Drop your tail. Tuck your chin. Look through your legs. Press your palms. And stretch through your spine. And then let's just simply sway our hips side to side a few times. And then we can make some slow circular movements with our hips, our rib cage, our head, our neck, our shoulders. Moving like a serpent. And wherever you are, everybody, take a deep inhale through your nose. Ha! Stick your tongue out. Ha! 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 One more time. Deep breath in. Ha! Ha! All right, dear friends, then walk your hands an inch or two forward. Respread those fingers. Tuck your toes. Take a deep breath into the base of your lungs. And then our first downward dog pose. Lift your hips. Draw your knees off of the floor. Once you get to down dog, everybody, find your Ujjayi breath. And at the same time, just begin to pedal out the heels, bending one knee, dropping the opposite heel down, and then switching sides. Just going back and forth, slowly, slowly between the sides. Maybe even a little bobble of the head here, or twisting of the rib cage. Everybody from this point, just really use your breath as your object of concentration. To leverage out all the chitter chatter in the mind, we focus on one point, one object, and that's our breathing. All right, everybody, let's try a few slow vinyasas to start. Just going to inhale to the top of a push-up. We're going to exhale, lower to the earth. We're going to inhale and just take a baby, gentle cobra pose. We're going to exhale, tuck our toes and press back to downward dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog. Just beginning to lean deeper into the breath. Stretching out, lengthening, bringing rhythm, measuring out each inhale and each exhale. Let's try number 2. Inhale, top of a push-up. Drop knees if you need. Lower slow as you exhale without flopping. Cobra or upward dog. As your heart rises, hug your elbows in, draw your shoulders back. Downward dog as we exhale. Tuck your toes, either do a push-up or just roll over your knees and reverse back. And everybody, the slow flow is about being present and mindful and conscious and kindful and intentional everything you're doing. We so commonly just go on autopilot through our actions in life without being mindful, aware, and present. Here's an opportunity to really engage present moment awareness. Let's try our last one, first round. Here we go. Inhale, top of a push-up. Drop knees if needed. Lower slow and in control. Exhale. Cobra or upward dog. Slowly. If you need an extra breath anywhere, feel free, of course. Downward facing dog as we exhale. Either a push-up or just roll over your knees and reverse back. And then right into your Ujjayi breath. To help you stay present and connected to what you're feeling in each and every moment. And then based on what you're feeling, you can make adjustments and adapt and modify each pose to find your sweet spot. Remember, everything we do to promote balance and harmony within ourselves. All right, everybody, let's try 3 opening sun salutations. High up on tippy toes, tailbone to sky, in breath. Exhale, feet all the way up between the hands. Flat back, lengthen the spine, stretch your lungs open. Slow flow, move slowly with long, deep breathing, forward, forward. Strong legs, rise and sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward through the prayer position, empty the breath and release. Chest forward. Inhale, shoulders back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, vinyasa, plank, and lower slow. Cobra, or upward dog, just a sweet, loving arch, no jamming, no forcing, no bulldozing. Exhale, downward dog, optional push-ups. Tuck your toes and reverse. Right into the Ujjayi breath. Set your hands, square your feet. See, having one object to focus on means anytime your mind starts to wander, you catch yourself and then you pull your attention back to your breathing. It's called concentration and focus, which is really the foundation of meditation. Heightened focus on one point. Here we go. Round 2, high tippy toes, breathe in. Exhale, feet all the way up between the hands. Square up your feet. Flat back, hands to shins. Fill your lungs up. And on a long exhale, dip your head. Bend those knees a little bit. Tuck your chin slightly. Keeping your legs strong. Sweep your arms all the way up overhead. Inhale. And fold forward on that long exhale, hinging from your hips and emptying and releasing. Hands back to the shins, chest reaching forward, long spine, plank and lower. Even these very simple transitions, be fully present as you transition from pose to pose. Cobra or upward dog as you breathe in. And downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift up, reverse back. And without even missing a breath, there you are, back to another inhale. And another exhale. And so on and so forth. It's what we call process orientation, everybody. Instead of focusing on where you're trying to get to, or what you're trying to achieve even. Focus on just being present, being in the process, with one breath at a time. That's all you need to focus on each and every moment, just the breath that you're taking. It's very simple. Let's try one last round. High tippy toes in. Feet up between the hands. Breathe out. Square up the feet. Flat back. And drink the breath in deeply. And then fold forward and empty the breath. And release the head, neck, shoulders. And with strong legs, sweep your arms all the way up and overhead. Belly draws in. And then dive forward on a long exhale, hinging from your hips and releasing. And chest forward. As you breathe in, open your lungs. Step or lightly jump back. Lower slow with your exhale. And like you're surfing a gentle wave, inhale, ride the breath, open and arch. And then downward dog. Optional push-ups, tuck your toes, lift your hips and reverse back. And once you get to down dog, just pause there. Spread fingers, square feet. You can roll your shoulders away from each other. Draw your navel in. And find your breath. So, one of the levels here is that we're training ourselves. Not only training our bodies, yes, training our bodies, but not only training our bodies, we're training our minds. And we're training our energy through our breath. Let's start to get into some standing poses, everybody. So it's like a form of discipline, one level of this. There's so many different ways that we can look at the yoga practice. Let's take that right leg back as we breathe in. I'm just going to step our right foot up between our hands as we breathe out. We're going to take a first twist, everybody. So keep your left hand on the earth. Just bring your right arm and right chest open to the sky. Take a few breaths. Long spine, easy on your neck. Lift your breath all the way up into your upper back and chest and collarbones and shoulder blades. How about we take one deep inhale. And then as we exhale, we're just going to bring our right hand down outside of our right foot. Now check it out. All we're going to do, this is called a pyramid stretch. Just going to bunny hop our left foot a little bit closer. Spin that left foot flat. And then to your own degree, stretch your right leg straight and fold out over that right leg. And breathe. And again, we're always encouraging ourselves to modify and adjust. And for instance here, that right hamstring is tight, right calf, back of the right leg. Just bend that right knee as much as you need to. All right, everybody, take a deep inhale to your kidneys. As you exhale, rebend your right knee, and then step your left foot back a few inches, but this time land on your toes. Okay, let's come on up to our first crescent pose. So staying on your back toes, nice strong legs. As you inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Finding stability and balance through your legs. Lift your heart as you raise your arms. Maybe tilt your head back a little bit. And we're challenging the pose. Breathe deeper, everybody. Ready? How about one last inhale? We're going to go to a martial artist stretch as we exhale. So left knee bends, but right leg straightens. And take a few breaths with that right leg straight. And as we always like to mention, everybody, please, so many potential variations in each pose. You certainly don't have to wait for me to call out variations. Adjust, modify, adapt. everything we're doing so it works for yourself. Just be mindful and loving and conscious and caring with all of it. All right, everybody, let's take an inhale. We're going to crawl back to our right foot one more time. Exhale, spin onto our back toes. We're going to come up to crescent a second time. Inhale. We're not going to stay, though. We're going to go to our warrior two as we exhale. So just a nice, slow transition. I love the slow transitions. So you can feel your way in and feel your way out instead of just rush and crank through these poses. It's not about skimming across the surface of it, but go deep inside of the experience. Lifting your heart, drawing your belly in, nudging your right knee to the right slightly, soft, peaceful gaze out over your right middle finger. Notice your breath. See, the thing is, the more challenging the pose, you feel more of a need for oxygen, which then stimulates the deeper breathing, which is what we're looking for. So instead of shying away from these challenging poses, use them to open up your breath. All right, let's try a reverse warrior. As we inhale, draw back. Exhale. We're going to swirl our hands to the floor, but spin onto your back toes. We're going to take a balancing pose. 1, 2, 3. Step onto your right foot. Here's our warrior 3 airplane pose. So reaching your heart forward. Keeping your eyes focused on a point on the floor. Now stay with your breath. Remember, like we've been saying, one breath at a time, everybody. Just be with the process of it all. Instead of trying to perfect a pose, just be where you are each and every step of the way. Take one deep full inhale. Here we go. Hands down, left foot to the back of the mat. Exhale. I'm going to step back to plank. Inhale. We're just going to roll onto our right hand. Outer edge of our right foot. Exhale. Roll your left chest open. Side arm plank. Vashisthasana. Any variations here, feel free. And if your right wrist is sensitive, don't hesitate to drop your right knee down or your right forearm down. And as you feel the energy building, maybe your body's starting to get warm or even a little sweat, that's good. We're waking up this inner fire. It's called tapasya. It's purifying inner fire. Take a deep breath in. Come on back to plank as you breathe out. From plank, heels back, heart forward. Take an inhale. Lower slow and in control exhale. Cobra with air. That's why we say slow down, so you can really assert that loving care within what you're doing. Down dog as you're ready. Exhale, optional push-ups. Tuck your toes. And just stretch out and down dog. Take a few deep breaths. Spread those fingers. Drive your palms down. Reach your hips up and back with a nice long spine. Find balance in your breathing. Maybe even hearing your breath a little bit more. That sound becomes very clear. Sound is very calming to the nervous system. All right, everybody, let's try our second side. Left leg reaches back. That's an inhale. Left foot steps through. Exhale. Stay on your back toes. Right? Even the little things, the joy through the simple things in life. The inhale, rolling your left chest open. Like, be in that process, the transitioning. Take a few breaths, everybody. It's like the simple things in life that we so commonly just rush through, whether it's folding the laundry or doing the dishes. See if you can practice Bringing your yoga and meditation into those things as well too. Life is sacred, all of it, all of it, all of it. How about one deep breath in, please? Exhale, left hand down. Okay, bunny hop your right foot forward, a few inches, and then to your own degree, stretch your left leg straight, squaring up your hips. Now remember this mantra, to your own degree, to your own degree. That left leg may not get here straight, that's okay. To your own degree, fold out over that left leg. And breathe deep. And soften, take away any unneeded stress here. Relax and even relish within the experience. All right, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, rebend your left knee and then step your right foot back those couple inches, land on your right toes. So we're setting up for crescent. Strong legs, inhale, rise on up, 5 breaths. Sink your hips. Lift your heart, keep your belly in, it's called core support. Maybe look up gently without straining your neck, maybe even a little arch back at the top. Use the challenge to help you breathe deeper. We're circulating energy. How about one deep inhale? A martial artist stretch. As we exhale, right knee bends. Left leg straightens. Either keep your hands down or take your arms out to the side or wrap yourself up as you like. Just be present and mindful and loving and caring within yourself. Maharaji says, love everyone. Love everyone doesn't mean love everyone except yourself. Love yourself too. And I really believe asana is a beautiful opportunity to practice that self-love. Very simple, right? Take an inhale. Crawl back to your left foot, exhale. Spin onto your right toe. So what we're getting at, it's all about how you do what you do. Come on up to crescent. Inhale. And warrior 2. As you exhale. That's why we're moving slow. So you can really engage that how you do what you do with love and care. Let's take 5 or so breaths. Warrior 2. Belly in, heart high. Nudge your left knee out towards the left. Relax your shoulders. Soften your eyes. Hear your breath flowing deep and full, rich and resonant. As the intensity builds, breathe even a little deeper, but under control in a calm way. Here we go. Reverse warrior. Dip back as we inhale. Exhale. Big circle of the hands to the floor. Spin onto your right toes. Here we go. Warrior 3. Virabhadrasana. 1, 2, 3. Make your step onto your left foot. And take your arms out like an airplane or any other arm variation. Lengthening through your spine. I usually keep my left knee bent a little bit here. I'm not over compressing in that left knee joint. Keep your eyes focused at a point on the floor, and if you fall over, it's okay. Smile and get back in. It's part of the process. We're not in an end result orientation. It's not about perfecting a pose. Be present with it all. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps to the back of the mat. Plank pose, breathe in. Exhale, roll onto your left hand. Outer edge of left foot, Vashisthasana. Side arm plank. Drop your right forearm or your left forearm or your left knee if needed. Support yourself. And modifying is a beautiful thing. It's not a sign of weakness, but more so, I believe, of strength, of honoring yourself, the strength to listen. Breathe, everybody. And that's what this is about. Self-care, self-love. Take a full inhale. Exhale, back to plank. Take your inhale in plank. And lower slow on your exhale. And open your heart on your breath in. And down dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips and reverse back. Anybody need a mouth breath here? And stretch out a bit and down dog. And when we say stretch out, we're lengthening, we're opening, we're creating space, we're untying knots. We're breathing deep. High tippy toes, breathe in. Exhale, step or hop your feet up between your hands. Square your feet up. Flat back. Breathe in for length. Fold forward. Empty your breath. Just try tucking your chin slightly so the back of your neck is long. One of our classics, everybody, Utkatasana, is a chair pose. Bend knees, drop hips. 5 breaths. And see if you can manage the moment through your breathing. A very intense pose with lots of energy flowing through the body here. You may feel yourself warm up immediately. Use your breath to find equanimity and calmness within the challenge of this moment. Here we go, last 2 counts. Maybe sit a little deeper into it. How about 1 deep inhale, lifting your heart, and then folding forward. Nothing fancy, everybody, nothing fancy. Release. Just simple movements, simple shapes, deep breathing, loving care, promoting well-being and balance. Halfway up, breathing in. Let's go back to plank. And lower slow as we breathe out. Open your heart. Cobra or upward dog. And downward dog. Optional push-ups. Tuck your toes in reverse. Find your breath in down dog. And we're going to go through our flow. It's 1 breath each movement. Or something close to that. And of course, if you need an extra breath anywhere along the way, feel free. Here we go, dear friends. Right leg reaches back on the inhale. Right foot steps through on the exhale. We're going to roll our right chest open and twist. As we inhale, we're moving slow. Exhale, right hand down. We're going to bunny hop our left foot forward and flat and stretch that right leg towards straight. And fold forward out over that right leg. Take an inhale. And then soften on the exhale. You take 1 more inhale. And then rebend your right knee as you exhale, spin onto your back toes. And come on back up to crescent. On 1 inhale, sick your hips. Lift your arms, open your heart. Exhale, martial artist stretch. Left knee bends. Right leg straightens. Take a deep inhale, martial artist. Crawl back to your right foot. Exhale, spin onto your back toes. Come on back up to crescent. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Find your footing, find your breath, find your shape. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Sweep the hands down. Exhale. Spin onto your back toes. Step onto your right foot. Warrior three. Take an inhale. Warrior three. Exhale. Hands down. Left foot back. Right knee bends. Inhale to plank. Exhale. Roll onto your right hand. Outer edge of right foot. Inhale, left chest rolls open. Exhale, back to plank. Take your inhale, plank. A lower exhale. I like to literally claw the mat with my fingertips. Cobra or up dog, clawing the mat. And reaching your heart forward, shoulders back and down. And keep clawing your mat as you tuck your toes and press up and back to downward dog. Ha, anybody, ha. Let's try our second side. Left leg reaches back in. Big step through. Exhale. Twist. Right hand down, left chest rolls open. That's a big, deep in-breath. Exhale, left hand down. Pyramid stretch. Step your right foot forward, spin it flat. Fold out over your left leg, take an inhale. And then soften as you dip in on the exhale. Stay. Take one deep inhale. And then rebend your left knee as you exhale, spin onto your back toes. Here we go. Come on up to crescent. As we breathe in, make sure you have your footing before you rise. Exhale, martial artist. Right knee bends. Left leg straightens. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, crawl back to your left foot, spin onto your right toes. Come on back to crescent again on your inhale. And then warrior two as we exhale. Just the quality of mind and heart that you bring into each moment. Reverse warrior. Dip back on your inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands to the floor, spin onto your back toes, and then step onto your left foot, left leg, warrior three, airplane. Keep your eyes focused at a point on the floor. Take one deep in breath. Exhale, hands down, right foot way back. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, roll onto your left hand, outer edge of left foot. Right arm, right chest rolls open. Take one deep full breath in. Exhale, back to regular plank. Claw the mat with your fingertips. Take your in breath. Lower slow on your out breath. Cobra or upward dog. Claw the mat as you reach your heart forward, shoulders back and down. Downward dog. Optional push-ups. Tuck your toes. Find your breathing, everybody. Stretch it all out. Open it up and down dog. Take a few breaths. All right. Let's try our pigeon. Right leg reaches back. Inhale. Pigeon stretch. Exhale. Now some of us like a bolster or a block or a pillow underneath our right hip. Please feel free. Crawl your arms out in front of you. Put your forearms down, or some of us even put our third eye down. Nice long spine. Any pain in your right knee joint, come out of the pose, everybody. So we like to put it all into perspective. No pose is worth injuring yourself for ever, ever, ever. That's why we're asking ourselves to be in a heightened state of awareness and presence. And it's grounded in this philosophy of ahimsa, non-harming, the foundation of all of yoga. And breathe, everybody. And if you have to skip poses, what's the big deal? Skip poses. No pose is ever worth injuring ourselves for. And that's why we keep coming back to how you do what you do with loving care. If you're doing it with loving care and attentiveness, you should never injure yourself anyway. It's typically only when we go into that autopilot, mindless state that we can injure ourselves in yoga. Let's crawl ourselves up slowly. That's why we keep saying modify, adjust, adapt. Everything you do, down dog, everybody, is to promote balance through self-love, self-care. Let's come back to plank. 5 push-ups. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 1. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 2. You can always drop your knees. Inhale, lower with the breath. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 4. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 5. Back to downward dog. From down dog, left leg rises. Inhale. Pigeon. Second side. Again, feel free. Find a bolster or a block. And I just happen to have a Ram Dass book right in front of me. I'm going to read a quote, everybody. Please feel free to close your eyes and just take it in. Classic Ram Dass. Every moment of your life, once you understand its purpose, is your vehicle for awakening. Every moment. Which means this moment is your vehicle for awakening. This is one of Ram Dass's central teachings, that you don't have to run to a monastery or into a forest or hide in a cave to meditate, but every moment is our vehicle for waking up. Waking up to what? Waking up to love, waking up to the presence of spirit. Realizing the self, the one self lives in all beings and all things. The challenges are gifts in disguise to help us grow and find new ways of living and behaving and speaking and thinking. Every moment is our vehicle for awakening. Let's come on back to down dog. Everybody can shake out that left leg. Maybe a mouth breath. One more round of push-ups if you're up for it. Back to plank. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 1. Inhale, lower. Exhale, 2. Inhale lower. Exhale 3. Inhale lower. Exhale 4. Inhale lower. Exhale 5. Back to downward dog. And one last moment in down dog. Take a few breaths. Hear your breath as you claw them out with your fingertips, as you roll your shoulders away, as you reach your tailbone up and back and your thighs back. How about one deep full inhale? Drop your knees down, exhale. Just cross your ankles, sit onto your tush, open your legs out into a V shape. And with your legs opened out into a V, everybody, you're just going to lengthen and fold. So if you want to hook your big toes, index finger, thumbs, if you want to grab the outer edges of feet or ankles, or even just crawl your arms out in front of you. Take 5 breaths. Loving care. No perfect pose. It's not so much about the outer shape. The shape is just the opportunity for us to practice mindfulness, kindfulness, intentionality, breath, conscious action, loving care. We learn how to care for everything, from our children to our pets to our parents to our friends, but we never really have thought about how do we care for ourselves? How do we really care for ourselves? And I truly believe a daily yoga practice is one of the greatest ways that we can take care of ourselves. Along with diet, along with hanging out with satsang. Everybody, let's rise up. Along with meditation, lots of chanting, dancing, being out in nature. These are the tools that I use myself to do what I can do with whatever I have within my control to promote well-being. Let's take a last bridge or wheel. You choose. Crawl your heels towards your rear end. Bridge, lift your hips, interlace your fingers. I'm going to go for a wheel today. Palms up by shoulders. We'll take 5 counts. As you're ready, take an inhale. Press on up with your exhale. For 5, keep breathing. For 4, anybody want to come up on tippy toe? For 3, work hard but no straining. For 2, find your breath. Anybody, a gentle expansion. 1 inhale. Uncurl as you exhale, lower down slow. Turn the soles of your feet up. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet. Happy baby pose. Ha. Anybody? Ha. How about we stick our tongue out? Ha. 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 A little bit of weight with your hands, arms, drawing your knees down. Take a full inhale. And then just squeeze your right knee in, exhale. We'll take our last twist. Right knee across the body. Right arm opens out to the right. And breathe. Take a last breath cycle here. Inhale and exhale. So with a regular, consistent yoga practice, it's just time to listen. Listen to the messages you're getting, that your body is sharing with you, that your energy is sharing with you, that your breath is sharing with you. And as you listen and we begin to decipher and understand these messages that we're getting, these messages can be great guidance for us to take the next step in our lives in a conscious way, the next step within relationship within our bodies and our own well-being. Take a last inhale and exhale. Come on back down the center. Squeeze your knees into your chest. And then everybody, we're just going to extend our legs out. Extend our arms down by our sides. We find our way into Savasana for our resting pose. And just how yoga mimics our life, or life mimics yoga. Think about in this one practice we've done over the last 50 minutes. Some poses have come maybe a little easier, or others have been more challenging. Some have felt really good. Others have, made us aware of how tight we are in different places and different parts of ourselves. And what we're practicing is just moving through it all, just with that inner sense of equanimity. Training ourselves for life, the rocky roads of life, the moments that feel good, the moments that don't feel so good. And just to move through it all gracefully and with calmness. And of course, we get into yoga and we hear about things like enlightenment. And when we're enlightened, we're fully cooked, and there's no more effort anymore. You've just completely reached the end of the spiritual journey per se. But I don't even personally like to think about stuff like that. One of my favorite sayings is, not even a 98-year-old saint is safe. Meaning we all have this ego. We all have our karma. And we have to be very conscious to walk through our karma. In a loving, conscious, intentional, equanimous, balanced way. Otherwise, we can create a whole lot more karma for ourselves. And I think on some level, the game is thinning out our karma. And maybe that's what enlightenment is a being that has no more karma to burn through. And the enlightened sage, all of her actions or his actions are just perfectly in harmony with the way, with the Tao, vibrating in tandem with God, with the divine. Just some food for thought. If anything, everything, everybody, what we can practice is non-judgmental awareness. Just more so living in an open state of observation rather than judging and criticizing everything and everyone. Because it's different than the way we may see things. All right, dear friends. It's usually right about here that we invite you to either stay in a deep relaxation experience, or if you want to follow my simple cues and close out your practice with me in a seated position, please just follow. First of all, you can start to breathe deeper. Gently wiggle your fingers, your toes. And then take your arms up over your head and just give a nice full stretch. Roll over onto your right side and use your left hand and press all the way up to a seated position. Once you get to a seated position, sitting up tall, please just bring your hands to the heart center. And we just take a sincere moment of honoring this practice, honoring our efforts, honoring the flow of grace. Close our practice, we take an inhale. And for peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Everybody in that spirit of deep love, and respect, and honoring of ourselves, and doing our part in making this world a better place by first and foremost simply taking care of ourselves. We close our practice, we take a deep in-breath, and we say Namaste as we exhale, Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.